Dear students, today we'll study about plastics. This is chapter 3, synthetic fibers and plastics. What is the need of studying plastics? It is very important because most of the things found in your houses are made up of plastics. They have replaced wood, metal, and other things. Plastics. How are they made and what is their composition? Mostly plastics are made up of petrochemicals, and different kinds of plastics are made by using crude oil, natural gas, limestone, and salt. Plastics are versatile. They can be made as hard as stone, as transparent as glass, as light as wood, and as elastic as a rubber. Synthetic fibers are polymers, so same way even plastics are polymers, which can be melted and molded into various shapes and sizes. Plastics are found two types. Two main types of polymers are thermosets and thermoplastics. First, we'll study about thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are long chain polymers that slide easily on one another when they are heated. So they can reform, bend, and break easily. As you can see here, one small unit is connected to the another unit. This type of arrangement is called linear arrangement. Whereas thermosets are cross-linked. Cross-linked means one unit is connected to other four units. So this makes a 3D network. Because of this, they are very strong and rigid. They cannot slide on one another like thermoplastics. So they are strong and rigid. Whereas thermoplastics can bend and they break easily. So they are brittle. Thermoplastic. Thermoplastic is made up of two words. Thermo means heat and plastic means the ability to melt and mold. Mold means can be given shape. Plastics which can be melted and molded into many desired shapes are called thermoplastics. So you can learn the definition that plastics which can be melted and molded into required or desired shape are called thermoplastics. For example, polythene. Polythene is used in all the houses to carry different things or to pack or keep things in the fridge. Polyester is another example, and PVC. PVC, the full form of it is polyvinyl chloride. Thermoplastics. Now properties. Thermoplastic can melt. It melts before passing to gaseous state. This means that during the formation of thermoplastic, it melts. It does not change directly into gaseous state on heating. It allows plastic deformation when it is heated, means it can change its shape. They are brittle and glossy. Brittle means they can break easily. Glossy, shiny property. They are soluble in certain solvents like chloroform, but they are not soluble in water. That is why they are water resistant. They swell in the presence of certain solvents, but not all the plastics. A few plastics, they swell. Swell means they increase in their size. They are good resistance to creep. That is why they are used as insulators. The metals are insulated You can see various examples given in the slide. Now, processing. When thermoplastics are heated, they liquefy. On cooling, they solidify. For example, chocolate. When you keep chocolate at high temperature, it melts. When you take out ice from fridge and keep at room temperature, it melts. Same way, metals on heating, they liquefy. Same way, thermoplastics on heating, they liquefy, and on cooling, they solidify. Another type of thermoplastic is thermosetting plastic. Thermosetting plastic has cross-linked arrangement, means small units are tightly packed. They are formed by chemical reactions that leave them in a relatively fixed state, means they're tightly packed to each other. They cannot move on one another like thermoplastics. Second point, they cannot be softened or reformed when reheated. They can withstand very high temperature. Excess heat can cause any material to decompose, but they do not change their shape. This is very important property of thermosetting plastics. Fourth point, they are used when products need very high resistance to extreme temperature. Electric current, chemicals, and wear means uniform. This is shown, the process is shown. When they are heated, they soften, they are given, they shape, and then they permanently occupy the shape which they are given. Some examples of thermosetting plastics: Bakelite, melamine, Teflon. Bakelite is used in electrical switches, handles of various utensils. The main property of it is that it is poor conductor of heat and electricity. Melamine. Melamine is also called fireproof plastic. Fireproof means it can resist high temperature. It does not melt. So, for this reason, the uniforms of firemen have coating of it to make them flame resistant. It is a versatile material. It has many uses. It is used in making floor tiles, kitchenware, and fabrics which resist fire. Third is Teflon. Teflon is oil and water resistant. It doesn't stick. It is used for non-stick coating on cookwares. You can see various examples given this slide. This is very important to know the differences between thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. First point, thermoplastics can be heated and molded repeatedly without losing their properties, whereas thermosetting plastics cannot be molded if once given shape. Second point, thermoplastics soften again and again on heating, whereas thermosetting plastics do not soften again on heating. Third, thermoplastics are very soft. Thermosetting plastics are very hard. Examples of thermoplastics are polythene, PVC, thermosetting plastics, Bakelite, melamine, Teflon. You can also differentiate them by showing the linear structure and branch structure. In thermoplastics, the polymers or the small units are arranged in linear manner, whereas in thermosetting plastics, they are branched, tightly packed. Now students, I hope you will be able to answer the questions given. You have to do third, fourth and fifth questions in your notebook. Try to solve them. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy.